Hello and welcome. My name is Pete. You're watching PJ Cooper the Model Builder. And we're going on. We've got another pack of a VW Beetle build, pack 3. And I've finished pack 2. Last time you saw that as a week ago. And we're now going on with pack number 3. Quite a bit of builds, packs. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in total. I'm doing this in a 12-pack build, 100 issues in a 12-pack build. So I've done the wheel already because you need water for that. So that is pack 17 completely done, all the way in there, and it's pretty darn good. We're going to leave that there. I've got my iPad here again with the parts diagram, which helps you a bit on how to put the stuff together. This is what we finished with in pack 2. We're going on building some more on that. I've got little parts that we had last time for the suspension and the dampeners and so on. I've got that all at the ready. This is pack 15 and we're going on with the build. Let me get my rolling cutter. I've got the diagram here. Maybe you can see it on the iPad on this side. And on the other iPad I will be looking at the build guide. I think they're calling this the central track rod and the suspension support with all that stuff. We are going to use a little bit of stuff that we had from the last stage. I've got it ready there for putting the wheels on. We are starting with this and we're going to put that on. Is there a certain way to put this on, or is there none whatsoever? I think there is, because we want those more cogs on this side, because that's where the steering wheel will be. And we want that in there. It's a very fiddly thing. So what I'm going to do is going to put one side in first. Screw it ready. I put a little bit of oil on that already. And make sure you put it in straight. And as you can tell, it's going in pretty well. So, well, let's see if we can get the other side in properly. As you can see right there, we're going to put the next one in. That's an SDO2. It's going into metal, so I put a little bit of oil on it to make it easier to screw it down. So I put that in quite thoroughly, as far as I can take it. Make sure you don't over tighten that, because then you'll lose the screw thread that you just made. And we're going to turn it back again. And we're getting all that stuff back. We've got the little piston thing, and no, sorry, we've got the little, whatever you want to call it, cylinder. We're going to put in that little cylinder. We're going to put this into that little thing upside down. I'm going to put this over it, and we're going to put the spring. No, we're going to put the spring on first. Make sure that the other spring doesn't jump out, as you just saw. And we've got everything together there. And we do that on the other side as well, for the two sides. So that thing is already in there. We put that dampener in, as you saw in the previous. Then we put that on top of it. As we put that together with that. And now we're going to hold them in. I think that's going to be a darn fiddly thing. Let's see. And putting something underneath. So I will do the same thing. I've got my screw box underneath. And we're going to put these. I don't know if they're going forward or backward. They're not shown properly. Let me have a look on the diagram. Forward, it's going to here hold the steering rack as well. It's got a rounded area there. So we're going to take an SDO4 out, put a bit of oil on it. As you can see, I'm struggling to put the screw in. So we're going to put it down and screw it down a bit. It's grabbing, so we're going to leave it like that. And we're taking another one out, dipping it in oil as well. A little glue on this plastic thing here. And then I'm going to just drop a bit of oil in there. See, I'm mixing up glue and oil. When I say glue, I'm saying oil, and when I'm saying oil, I want to say oil, I'm saying glue. Oh my goodness. Well, let's put it in. And I hope it stays in properly like that. We're going to stage number 16, and I don't think I need anything to show me how to do this. We've done a seat before, and it's pretty darn easy. So these are the parts, the headrest. Okay, so these are the parts we're having, all these little things. These are for the headrest and this is for the side. And let's just have a look. Right. Ooh. It will be put in like moving up if I look at the diagram. Could I remember from the last time it was, oh, well, I thought I was going to say it was hard to put in, but nothing of the sort. So we push those little things in, and there's no certain way to put it in because it's a round hole and it will hold it in. Then that will go in like there. Be careful because they're pretty darn thin. You don't want to break it. There you go. And that's stage number 16 done. Did I just do 16? 17 was the wheel, which we already did. So I'm going to put that to the side as well. And 18 is the big chassis part. I don't think. Do I need to show you how this is done? If you want, it's pretty darn easy. Just put the tire in boiling hot water, leave it in there for 30 minutes or 30 seconds, and maybe a minute. The longer you leave it in, the more malleable it is. It's easier to put it in, because if it's not heated, it's pretty darn hard. Put it in hot water, it will go soft. You can push it on pretty darn easy, and you've got a wheel done. And here is the left rear suspension, stage number 19. Sorry guys, it's not working as I want it to work. That's a rear brake, arm of some sort, some extra parts. So we're taking that frame out, we're putting it in like that, and we're going to start with these. Okay, there's no other way to put it in because there are lugs there and there's stuff missing in the flange there, so you can't put it in any other way. There you go. We're scratching a bit of the paint there, but there's no other way to do this. Yeah, it's in there. It should go in there like that. Yep. Then we've got this little thing to put over it. And you need to make sure that because it is on an angle. It's angled down. There you go. You need to push that in thoroughly. Then as it's angled down, we're going to put it in that way. Let us just have a quick look. Yes, that's the way they want it. And then we need to, I need to hold that, otherwise that will fall out. 2 SD06. And let's put that aside because that is in the way. Little bit of oil on it. So that's in, so we can put the other screw. I'm going to lift it, otherwise I will be pushing that arm into the mat, and I don't want that to break. Okay. Then we've got this little thing here, which is the drum brake, most probably. There it is. Then we're putting it on the Yep, and what are we putting in there? So we put the drum brake on the wheel, then we're putting the wheel on the whole drum brake and the assembly here. We're putting a flanged screw in there. Sorry. Making a lot of noise. So we're pushing this in from the top and we're screwing it in. We still want it to move. We don't want it to wobble. Then with it, why do I keep losing that word? With the valve down, I'm going to put the VW logo in, as that being the lowest part of it, and we've got it in like that. Okay, we're going to do a seat, or at least extend. We've done this in a previous build, so we know how it goes. And this is stage number 20. These are the parts for stage number 20. I've got some screws here. Let's put them in the bag or in the tin. That's seat number 2, and I've got some seats here, so they will join the other seat, the seated area. Okay, well that's that stage done. Up to the next one. I don't want to break it. It's still loose, but I don't want it over tightened up. Let's just see. I'm going to leave it like that. Yep. I'll leave it like that. And we're going on to the stage number, is it 22? Well, what is this thing doing? This was 21. The door was 21. It's jumping from the door to the rear suspension. And we're going to get that thing in again. I hope that it has been drying long enough. Let me get my rolling cutters. Cutter. Had a bit of a strange moment here, guys. If you look at the build guide, there should be a tiny little pin in there. And if you look in a diagram, it shows you a little pin that is going in there, but I couldn't find that pin, so I was looking all over. And now if I'm looking at the build guides on, that little pin is not going in anywhere. And maybe I find a way around it. So we put that little bracket in there. Then we put that one over it. And now comes the fiddly bit. That needs to go over each other and needs to go in there. And we're going to put a SD04 in there. These are the screws that I had so much problems with putting the suspension, front suspension arm in. That's part one. These pictures are not properly showing what's going on in. Yeah, that's where, this is now where I have to have that little pin, which I don't have. So that one would have gone in. That little thing would have gone on. Then the smaller suspension would have gone on. Then the big one would have gone over. That one and then you would have put on a SP12 screw on that. SP, SD, SP. Now they're saying SP12, and I haven't got an SP12. I've got an SD12, and it's saying SP. So we make that an SD, because it's going into metal, so it can't be SP. This is stage 23, right? If you're going to leave them in the little boxes except for the screws. And I will open them as I need them. I'm going to start with that one. I'm doing a lot of stuff at the same time, guys, I'm sorry. As it's a D screw, a little bit of oil there. Didn't I have a double? Oh my goodness, guys, I just found myself. Be right back. Is that maybe the reason anyway why they did that? I just had an epiphany, because I've got screw number 13 here, but we've not touched it. Okay, model space. You need to do that properly next time. Okay guys, this is a little bit strange. In the pack you get SD13 screws and no pin. So I put the SD13 pin screw in as the pin. And that works great. So, for all you people out there, that pin is non-existent. It's SD013 that goes in there. Because I looked in the pack, that is completely closed off. I've not opened it, and there's two different kind of screws: SD4, SD12, and SD13. But SD13 is not in the packet, or not shown, because it's only shown the SD4s and the SP12s. And that's another mistake there as well, because that's not an SP, that's an SD, because you're screwing into metal. So for you all people out there trying to find a pin, there is no bloody pin. It's SD13. One of my subscribers, I can't remember your name, but it's a pin. It's not a pin. It's SD13, and the SP12 is SD12. Okay, what have these guys done? They're two completely... Oh god, oh god, oh god. I don't know what these guys are doing, but this is the second packet that it's gone wrong with screws. It's completely different types of screws in one pack. This is a flathead, and this one is a completely different kind of screw. I don't know what is going on at Model Space or the packing department. Slightly loosen that. Yep. Now we're gonna get the door in. This is the second time.
Please hang up and try again.
They're giving us some wrong screws again. Because they're saying it's... My goodness. SP and SD. And they're in the same packet. These most probably are the real SDs. What is going on? They put SD06 and SP06 in one bag. So they put them, both of them, in the same screw. If you look at that one, it's a completely different kind of screws that we had in, but they put them all in one bag. So we're putting them, these are the SDs, and I find it strange. I find it so strange. But okay, you guys, we found the culprit. This pack 3 is gone through, and that screw is not going in there properly. I just don't get it, guys. I've got two different kind of screws in there. One with a screw head that is going down to the screw head, and one with a flat head. Or is it other way around, the flat head? I don't know what the difference between those is, but there are two different screw heads in there. They're both called them OD06. There were two different kind of screw heads in the packet as well, which I did not understand, but in the build guide they're not saying anything about it. But anyway, it's done. I've got fatty fingers and two different doors. I'm happy that by mistake they send us two pack 3s, because then I could take some parts from the other pack. As you saw, this was a really weird issue. A lot of little strange things happening. That little pin in stage, see, in stage 22 isn't there. It's a screw called with number 13, SD13, that screws in. Then in 22 23 the door is that and that screw. They are completely different kinds. I've screwed in a normal screw, an SD06 normal one in there, then I couldn't get in it. This is a thicker one with a different kind of head, but the stupidest thing of it all, it's working. It's raising up and down. I'm so lucky that they sent me a spare box by mistake, because all the mistakes that I made could be corrected. I changed because this screw hole is completely wrecked. I took out a new door from the other pack. I put the handle on and put the window on and put all the other things, and then at first I tried to put the same kind of screw in there, but I couldn't. Then I saw that one of the screws that was in one pack called SD06 was with a completely different head. So it was a bit strange, and I don't know why. And I've got extra screws. I've got an SPO7, which I've not used in the package. They're not using it in the build guide. They're not using it. They're not even showing it in the package or in the assembly guides where they always show. They're not even showing on the list of stuff that the parts that are in there. They're saying OD05, OD06, and SPO6, but I don't know what went on, what was going on there. But you know, it all worked. I'm gonna clean everything up. I've got pack number 4 at the ready behind that wall, and I'll do that tomorrow because it's night at the moment. It's just before 11 o'clock at night, and I'm cleaning everything up so I can start all new tomorrow, and hope you will be there. You're not going to see it tomorrow, but you're going to see it in a week's time, because I don't want to rush everything, so it takes me some time to edit as well. I want to thank you again for joining me on this crazy and weird build, pack number 3 of the Beetle by Model Space, and it was just a weird one, and it took quite some time because I thought I lost the pin. The pin was never there. Then I put a little a part of the paperclip in there, and then in some way I got hit by something that I thought, well, why are I not using the SD13s? And then it dawned on me that we're using that as the pin and not the pin, a pin whatsoever. But thank you very much for joining me, and join me next time on Pete J. Cooper, the Model Builder, when I will be building something else or something the same. And thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe, and pass it on, and we'll see you next time. Thank you very much.